you like Kamala Harris, not just against. So what are? Let me ask you. Do you believe we should abolish the filibuster? And you can answer after I do it. How about getting rid of private insurance? How about taxing unrealized gains? How about nationalizing energy? How about mandatory gun buybacks like Australia? How about decriminalizing illegal crossings, ending cash bail, child gender reassignment surgery being paid for in prison? I mean, what are your, raising the corporate tax rate? What are your favorite proposals from Kamala Harris that make you like her so much? Which of
Joe,
those
for a Jersey guy, you sound like you're on the Trump campaign, for crying out loud. Come on, man.
Okay, well, which of those
you're
do you like?
cherry-picking stuff.
Which of those do you like? Which of those do you like? Which of those are you in? Are you in favor of ending the filibuster? We'll go one by one.
Yeah.
Are you?
It is. I'm not sure on the filibuster, honestly, but I think getting fair tax. So you're not going to talk about any specifics
of what's that?
I said I think fair tax policy is
what does that
sensible.
Mean, fair? What does that mean, fair?
Fair means you pay. You pay what you should pay.
Well, you know I live in your state, Governor. Do you think if I pay 55% total, is that fair for me, or do I need to pay 80%? What would be fair for you? Because I live in your state.
I know, Joe. I said that up front. Believe me, I know you do. But you sound like
is that fair?
You're
Governor Phil Murphy getting cooked on CNBC. He's the governor of New Jersey, and he was asked a simple question simply, what's Kamala Harris' favorite policies? What's his favorite policies from Kamala Harris? And he started accusing this man of being a Trump supporter and literally left speechless. This is one of the craziest videos I've ever seen in this election year.
The Trump campaign.
No,
I don't know what the right number is, but
go ahead, Andrew.
Well, no, I was going to say what I think is potentially unfair. Is I think that there's a number of things. There are a number of issues that were embedded in those questions of the governor just now.
He didn't answer a single one about what he's in favor of.
Well, but I think there were a number of those things that she's not in favor of. And that's
Joe,
the
hold on a
point.
second.
She's on the record on every one of these things.
Governor?
Andrew.
Many years ago.
Governor?
Guys, hold on a second. We passed a millionaire's tax 5 years ago. Everybody, Joe, including you, said it would drive people out of New Jersey. We have more millionaires today than we've ever had in our history. So tax fairness isn't necessarily a bad thing.
We have a very progressive tax system. Do you think we have a progressive tax system in the United States? Do you think it's not progressive enough, or are you talking about billionaires? I'm not sure because you know how much the 1% does pay the lion's share of taxes, of federal taxes. So what does fair mean?
Color me open-minded. How's that?
I'm sorry?
I'm open-minded. I've obviously voted with my feet. We have a millionaire's tax in New Jersey.
Would you tax unrealized gains?
We're not a low-cost state to live in, but we give you an enormous amount back for what you pay.
Are you
We're
in
the
favor
number
of
one state in America to raise a family.
But she has not made that
I'm not
argument.
wild.
She's made
I'm
the
not
argument.
wild
She
about
says
that.
she doesn't want to. Go ahead, Governor.
No, I'm saying I'm not wild about on unrealized gains. But I'm
what are you wild
open-minded.
about?
He is literally stuttering on his own speech. This is crazy. You guys got to drop in the comments what y'all thinking about this one. I just need an opinion about this one. This, like I said, this is one of the craziest videos I've seen this year.
What are you wild about? Not Trump?
Here's what I'm wild about. I'm wild about a democracy that works. I'm wild about the rich history of our country continuing for the future. I'm wild about opponents having a voice and having a seat at the table, as opposed to being thrown in jail or hunted down by our military. That's what I'm wild about.
But we might throw Trump in jail. The Justice Department was not weaponized under Trump. It's been weaponized under the current administration, right?
I mean, Joe, come on. You got to be kidding me.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't
seen
Trump. I haven't seen Trump throw anyone in jail, but I have seen a lot of lawfare against the
fact that he just starts smiling. He resort to smiling. They know they're guilty. It's like a kid when you catch them lying. He doesn't know what else to do when he doesn't have his propaganda to hide behind.
Against Trump.
There's no rational viewer right now watching this discussion that thinks that Harris is the authoritarian threat versus Trump. There's no one who's reasonable who comes down in that conclusion. How could you?
You just look around. I mean, you want me to go over the 5 cases that we're talking about? Alvin Bragg, you want me to? Those were all misdemeanors, trumped up as felonies after the statute of limitations.
Hold on, chat. Look at his lip. I want y'all to see how his lip quivered. I don't like to rewind videos on y'all, but this is very interesting. I caught just now.
I mean, you want me to
check this real quick? Watch how his lip just quivers.
Go over the 5 cases that we're talking about. Alvin Bragg, you want me?
Right here. When he mentions Alvin Bragg, right here, chat.
Those were all misdemeanors, trumped up with felonies after the statute of limitations. You don't think that's lawfare?
Alvin Bragg doesn't work. Alvin Bragg doesn't work for Kamala Harris, and you and I both know that.
Okay, I'm talking about if either candidate is in danger of using the Justice Department to punish his enemies. What we've seen recently is not from Trump doing it. I mean, is there some reason you think that's going to happen with him? It's his rhetoric?
Joe, I'm having a hard time believing we're having this conversation. Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness! Can you see that? Listen, this is really showing. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't see the writing on the wall, I don't know. I can't make you see it. I can't make you see it, family. He's saying, I can't believe we're having this conversation right now because why? They are in a echo chamber. They'll claim conservatives have these echo chambers or whatnot, but they are speaking on an echo chamber. They on CNBC. He's expecting to be in a safe place. So he's like, I can't believe that you're taking against me. And it kind of validates my theory that the media, tech giants, and anyone that's in power is preparing for a peaceful transition of Trump. They've gotten intel from the big ups that says, hey, you got to change your messaging. This dude is going to be your next president. And it's showing in things like this. It's showing in stuff like this. And it's showing in ways where you see we have early votes for Republican right now. And I don't think that many Republicans are voting early more than ever. I think you do have an increase. But I think what's more important is that you have Democrats that's voting Republican. Those that typically vote early. A lot of data showing that Trump has already won this thing in a Reagan-like landslide. And so if the media are just pieces of government and they're narrative producers, the new narrative is Trump is going to be the president and they're going to act accordingly. You see, in 2016, they didn't think he would win. Through 2017, they didn't think he would win in 2020. This is the difference. This will be the first campaign that Trump is running that the opposition truly believes he can win, and that changes everything. He can't believe what he's experiencing.
What happened on Sunday in Madison Square Garden? Have you followed what he said about what he's going to do against his enemies?
What Joe Biden said last night that all the Trump supporters are garbage, and that wasn't a joke. That was the president, sitting president of the United States. And that wasn't some comedian that no one knew what he was going to say. That was Biden himself.
He's cooking him.
Did you see that? Trump supporters are garbage?
I saw it, and he said specifically it was about the people who were in Madison Square Garden, and you and I both know that that's what he said.
So they were garbage. Okay.
Governor, I want to thank you. I do want to just say one thing to contextualize it because I think it's important. There's one important point to be made. President Trump, when he was the president of the United States, did seek to prosecute Comey and Hillary Clinton, and his own Department of Justice refused to do it. But he asked them to do it.
Then there's an example of on that side.
I just want to be 100% clear of the context of this.
I swear his eyes are
I say that. I hope I could say that apolitically, if that's even possible.
Come on, Andrew. You don't even need to try to say it apolitically. Just say it politically. We have these discussions every day. Okay.
Look, he said we have these discussions every day. It looks like, listen, when I was in basic training and when I was in the Army, the drill sergeants, they are pretty much like actors because they put on a good show of making it sound like they're just big, mean people. They're just these horrible, great obstacle that you'll never overcome. And when you're on graduation week, they start to lax up and show the humanity in themselves. And it looks like that's what's happening right here. Even when he said, well, we have these discussions every day, pretty much saying off camera, we pretty much are independent voters. It's just not on this platform. It feels like it's almost like the show's over. I mean, I don't know why I have this feeling. You know, when your parent is hard on you when you're younger and you grow up, you can see how they become one of your friends, some relationships. It feels like the show is over. Like, okay, you don't have to keep up the act, bro. Let's be real about this. That's what I'm getting from this energy. Man, what a time to be alive. I see the culture shifting. Ever since Trump cooked CNN on the town hall, they are starting to submit for a Trump return. This is not a stretch. It's what's officially happening. It's an amazing time to be alive. I am so excited, so ecstatic, and we are going to have a Reagan-like landslide. We have to prepare for this. They're preparing for it. Look at that smug look on his face. He can't believe the reality is settling in that they've lost this. If you're enjoying the comment, please like, comment, and subscribe, and click the notification bell. Man, I just want to thank you guys. Take out a few seconds. Thank all y'all for real. There was someone left a negative comment on one of my posts, and you guys just flooded it with support, man, and I really do appreciate that. My recent video is like an all-time high, and it just really motivates me to keep posting, man. I'm enjoying this. I like the news that I can put out and enjoy sharing the perspective, and if you can't tell, I enjoy doing this. So anyone that's watching, I'm super appreciative just for that one view. Thank you for spending the time with me. I enjoy seeing you in the comments and in my community tabs. We're gonna keep this thing moving. Let's do this one last stretch. See you guys soon. Thank you.